Hello, my name is Penny, for those of you that haven't met me yet, and I'm here to share basic information about a few drawing, illustrating, and journaling classes that I'm going to be teaching. I'm an artist. I've been around for a while, and I've been teaching these classes with people online for the last couple of years because of COVID. I'm continuing to do that because I've learned how to do this technology, even though I'm still a little rough and around the edges with it, but also because I believe that I still need to stay isolated and safe and sound because of my family, especially my mom. So I'm doing this for her and for anyone else that's vulnerable and compromised. But I also am doing it for people that want to expand their creative making and creative thinking and communicating skills. So this is take 3, and I'm going to share information verbally with you about some classes that I'm teaching beginning next week and through spring equinox. So I have 3 class offerings, and they're set up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. I teach both kid classes and adults. My kid classes are basically for homeschoolers from 10 to 11 in the morning. And my adult classes for older youth and adults begin at 6 p.m. and run for 2 hours. So they're 6 to 8 p.m. in the evening. So beginning with Monday, next Monday, I'm continuing a drawing and illustration fundamental class, which I've taught fairly regularly for the last year and a half. And this class is inspired by just working on the fundamentals of perception skills as well as elements of art. And so I'm working with people that are beginner through experienced artists to help hone your skills or to bring you back into that place of understanding what's happening during those aha moments when you're drawing. We use mostly pencil and pen, working on white paper. We start out the class with a warm-up. Often I will use one of Dr. Betty Edwards' right brain warm-ups. And then we move into focusing on one of those perceptual skills, and we work all the way through those skills through the weeks that we're together. So that class begins on Monday, the 10th. I'm running a free class, an introduction for people that might want to check that out and get the materials list in order and all that on this coming Friday, the 7th of January from 10 to 11 a.m. So the adult class begins on the 10th, drawing and illustration fundamentals from 6 to 8 p.m. It runs for 4 weeks through the 31st of January. And then on the 7th of February, we start our second session that goes through the end of the month from 6 to 8 p.m. for adults. And we also begin I'll be beginning the kids class in the morning from 10 to 11. So the kids drawing fundamental class begins on the 7th of January. That's Monday. All right, the second class I'm excited about sharing is totally inspired by my love of being outdoors and not allowing myself to be trapped in the wintertime out of my garden. I spend a lot of time taking hikes, and I live in a beautiful part of the world. And so if I didn't do that, I would feel guilty, because I really learned so much from observing nature and how nature works. So anyways, that's my introduction to the second class on Tuesdays. Is called Winter to Spring, Drawing and Nature Journaling. And what I'll be doing is working with people. Every week we'll have an assignment to get outdoors, and it's going to be more than once. We're going to definitely spend as much time, maybe on a daily basis, starting up walking or a hiking or whatever you want to call it, wandering practice, at least once a day, and then collecting images. I know that we have cameras that we can take pictures, but this is about collecting images in your mind's eye, and also maybe carrying a small notebook with you and taking notes and sketching. You can always come back to your indoor drawing place and do some research and get references if you need to. But the idea is for us to use our feet, like my friend John says, to physically walk through in a mapping kind of way the outdoor places that we live, and experience firsthand the tremendous beauty and also lessons that nature has to teach us. So this is a nature and drawing journaling class that is going to begin on the 19th of January. And again, each of my classes run for 4 weeks and 4-week intervals, and then they pick up again and do another 4 weeks. So that class is beginning for adults on the 19th and, excuse me, on the 18th. Oh, I'm really giving you bad dates. The free class for nature journaling is on the 18th for kids at 10 o'clock in the morning. The free class for adults to check out and see if you like that class is on the 25th from 6 to 7 p.m. And then the class itself will begin on February 1st in the morning from 10 to 11 for kids, and in the evening from 6 to 8 p.m. for adults. And then that goes all the way through the actual class. First 4 weeks ends the last week of the last Tuesday of February on the 22nd, and then it picks up again on March 1st and goes through the 22nd. So 8 weeks in total. And I hope that you'll consider that one too. So the first 2 classes on Mondays is drawing and illustration fundamentals, and on Tuesdays is winter to spring drawing and nature journaling. Then the third class that I'm really excited about is called visual note-taking and graphic recording. Now, I've been drawing for a long time, most of my life. Most of us have been drawing most of our life. We begin with stick figures and carry on from there. I was doing caricature artwork for many years to help augment my economy, being hired by different organizations, businesses, events, and sitting and drawing faces of people. And I did that for many, many years, and I could still do that, but I've decided to move into a new place of visual recording, and that is to accompany a presenter or a teacher, or even to accompany my own lessons that I teach, and illustrate notes that are then used to accompany that verbal or written presentation. So this is a whole thing. I mean, I'm a member of an international visual practitioner society. There's people all over the world that travel and go, maybe not so much now, but travel and go to different classes and conferences and whatnot and do recording. And I have done my fair share of that. The reason I'm teaching this is that, or sharing it, mentoring people with it, is that I feel like on individual level, it's beyond just doodling in the corners of your notebook when you're in a class. It's a practice of recording a whole system design and synthesizing and thinking things through. And a lot of this is about design and learning that skill beyond just how to draw, how to organize things from your mind down on a piece of paper, whether you're doing permaculture design, which I also teach, or you're reviewing a book that you've read for a class, or you're accompanying a presenter. Anyways, visual note-taking and graphic recording is a great skill. And I'm going to see if I can't get my handy dandy. This is the technology thing that you'll see me doing things like this with paper and wires and stuff. In the classes, you'll have to forgive me because I'm definitely imperfect as a presenter. I do the best I can. I have a wonderful little webcam that I can then bring over. Sometimes I have to adjust things. Often I do. So that you can look at what I'm drawing. So I can actually be drawing here like this and you can be looking at it. There is a chance I'm going to have to redo this whole presentation because I think maybe this camera is upside down. But if it's not, you'll be able to see that this is a page of my notes for the visual note taking and graphic recording. And what I have here are template themes. So, or how to organize the paper and then add all that information that you're taking down. This is called evaluation. This is a guideline kind of design where I put information in here, here, and here. And when I say information, I'm talking about not just words, but I'm talking about images. So I do a note taking with drawings and images. Here's a journey template, growth, subject, where the main word is in the middle, and then there's all these bubbles on the outside. This is called using stories, and here I am sitting with a book, and then in the middle of it, I'm actually putting in some kind of synthesized order the content. The other thing that we'll be doing in this class is looking at pattern templates, patterns representing functions. And so this is another thing that we'll look at in nature. Nature teaches us about branching, scattering, waves, circles, lots of circles, web designs, sphere, lobes, stars, overbeck jet. We look at what's going on and synthesize things in that way. So that's a little idea on a little demo on what's going to happen in that class. Now I'm back with you this way. And that's what I do in the classes is I switch back and forth between my face and my drawing board. Okay, so 3 classes, Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, that you can sign up for and join me. I cut it at 6 people. I like to work with small groups. I consider myself a guide and a mentor, and I like to know more about who you are, and I also like to build relationship because that's what this is all about. I'm going to review really quickly when these free classes are happening so that you can maybe jump on board the week before you decide you want to sign up. This coming Friday, 10 to 11 a.m., the 7th of January, I'll be doing a free class with the drawing and illustration fundamental theme and skill set, going over materials and different things that you need and whatnot, and answering questions. On the 12th of January, which is a week from today, that's when I'm doing a free visual note-taking class from 6 to 7 p.m., just an hour long on those. And the next week on the 18th in the morning from 10 to 11 a.m., I'll do a free nature journaling class for kids from 10 to 11 on the 18th. And then the next week on the 25th, I'll do a free nature journaling class for adults. I'll probably post some individual announcements about each of these classes and when the free class is going to happen. Just wanted to come on today and challenge myself to see if I could use the Zoom method to make a recording and share with people. So once again, my name's Penny, and I love to draw, and I love to turn people on to drawing and illustrating and draw along with. It's a great skill. All right. Let me know if you have any questions and if you want to sign up. Thanks.